Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, I have a special treat for you all. This is going to be a recipe from my upcoming Volume 3 in my Chef Vic Cuisine cookbook series. We're going to be making some brownie cookies today with a special ingredient that I'm really excited to share with you all. So, let's get started.
Alright, so for our ingredients, we're going to need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of milk chocolate chips divided, 3 tablespoons of canola oil, 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter, 2 tablespoons of 2% milk, 1 cup of granulated white sugar, 2 large eggs, and optionally you can use 1 cup of chopped nuts, pecans or walnuts. I'm not going to use any today, but just to show you all, this is an option. As well as some flaky sea salt as a garnishment. And for our special ingredient, we're going to need 1 tablespoon of coffee. And what we're going to use to make that is today's special sponsor, Javy, using their liquid coffee concentrate. I'm really excited to share this product with you all because the folks at Javy reached out to me as a content creator to try one of their flavors. Specifically today, we're using the 100% Arabica artisan roasted coffee concentrate. And what's really cool about this brand and sets them apart from your typical instant coffee is that they use a liquid form of concentrate. No flavors are extracted and no additives are added into their concentrate, ensuring a pure coffee flavor with each and every pour. And this concentrate is really easy to use to make either hot or cold coffees, or what we're doing today, using it in a dessert. And on top of that, it's super simple and easy to use. All you need is water. And this stuff packs a punch. All you need to make a cup of coffee is 1 to 2 teaspoons of this microdose, and to mix it in with your favorite liquid like a milk, but for today and the use of this recipe, we're going to use water. Give this a quick stir in the cup and a perfect blend of coffee is made. And I can tell you from here, and I'm not sure if you can smell it through the screen, but once you make that first cup, it smells like that first thing in the morning, freshly brewed cup of coffee. So without further ado, let's get into making this recipe. In a large bowl, you want to whisk together the flour, your cocoa powder, the baking powder, baking soda, as well as the salt until they're all well combined. And while we're mixing these dry ingredients, it'll really help me out on this video if you smash that like button for me. And if you enjoyed this video thus far and want to see more like this, hit that subscribe button as well. And don't forget to click that bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek of the recipe coming next week. And this creates your dry mix for the recipe. And you want to set it aside for now. Now, separately, in a medium-sized sauce pot, you want to whisk and melt together 2/3 cups worth of the chocolate chips, the canola oil, and your butter, whisking them until they're well blended. And this should take about 3 minutes over medium heat, or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or 176 degrees Celsius. And once that's all melted, now you want to add in your milk, as well as your Javy coffee into this chocolate mix, and whisk all these ingredients together until they're well combined. At this stage, you can remove it from the heat and allow this mix to cool slightly as you work on the next stage of this recipe. At this time, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius and place your oven rack in the middle position, as well as lining 2 large baking sheets with parchment paper. Now, in the bowl of a stand mixer or using a hand mixer, you want to whisk the sugar and the eggs on medium-high speed or until the eggs have thickened and look pale. And this is the consistency that you're looking for out of this egg sugar mix. And if you're using a stand mixer, make sure you scrape down the sides and the bottom of the bowl just to make sure you get all of the sugar and eggs mixed well. Now you want to add in your slightly cooled melted chocolate mix and whisk this in by hand until both batters are well combined. Now you want to add in all of your dry mix to this bowl and fold it into the batter using a rubber spatula until it's all well incorporated. Once that's done, you can fold in your remaining 1/3 cup of chocolate chips, and optionally, if you're going to use them at this time, some chopped pecans or walnuts, maybe even almonds, if using that for this recipe, to create your cookie dough. And this batter will be smooth and somewhat creamy, and so to make it easier to handle, we're going to cover this with plastic wrap and pop it in the fridge for at least 1 hour to chill the dough before baking. And with a little TV magic, our 1 hour of chilling is up, and now our batter is more easily handled. So to make these cookies, all you need is 1 tablespoon's worth of this batter. And placing it onto your prepared baking sheet, it may seem like not enough, but trust me, these cookies spread. So you want to make sure you place your dollops of the batter at least 3 inches apart from one another, and that's why you need at least 2 baking sheets if you want to bake these all at once. And this recipe makes enough batter to create about 20 cookies. Once you have all the cookie dough prepared on your baking sheets, you want to bake these at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes, rotating the trays about halfway through this baking time. And once that time is up, you can remove them from the oven, and as you can see, our tiny dollops of batter grew into large, flat cookies. And while we allow them to slightly cool, this is the perfect time to add on a thin sprinkling of your flaky sea salt. The saltiness pairs beautifully with the richness of the chocolate, as well as the sweetness of the cookie. And just like that, you've made brownie cookies right at home. This recipe definitely takes 2 of my favorite desserts, a brownie and a cookie, and creates something that's the best of both worlds. And if you're a fan of the edge pieces of brownie bakes, these cookies are right up your alley. And what I really like about these cookies is that, as you can see, the outside texture has the crispy and flakiness of a traditional brownie, but when you break into the cookie, you can see that it's still soft and tender on the inside. I love serving these hot with some cold ice cream. I can't wait to share this recipe and many more with you all in my upcoming cookbook. Release date to be announced quite shortly, so stay tuned for that. But once again, I want to give a special shout out to Javy Coffee for reaching out. Their coffee concentrate worked perfectly for this recipe. The subtle hints of coffee in each bite of the cookies can be tasted, and it was a really easy product to use. If any of you are interested in using this product or buying it in the future, check my description box for a link that'll save you some money on your purchase. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button for me. And if you want to see more recipes like this one, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And sharing is caring, so if you've enjoyed this video and think someone else will, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. Well, I can't thank you enough for watching this. I appreciate all the support in advance. Check out more recipes on my page now, and I'll see you next week on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.